You know what we haven't done in a while? Does this say anything to you? A subway adventure. And I think we need to do something about that. So today I'm riding the Beijing Subway from end to end, traveling between the two most distant points on the map. Let me show you. Back to our trusted map. This is the center of Beijing, Tiananmen Gate, the Forbidden City. I am all the way here in Yanshan in the southwestern suburbs of Beijing. And I want to go all the way to Fengbo in the northeastern suburbs of the city. Some 100 kilometers away from each other, 55 stations, 5 lines, 4 transfers. How fun is that? If I were to take a cab right now from Yanshan to Fengbo, it would take me 2 hours and 17 minutes to complete the journey, 98 kilometers, and it would cost me 303 yuan at least. So let's see how the subway compares to that, shall we? It is 10:55. Notice that the escalator is going up instead of down, which is the usual case for subways. And that's because the Yanfang line, the first line that we're getting on, is built on an elevated rail. It is the suburbs, so we're pretty much outside of Beijing's 6th ring road, so they can afford a lot of space above the ground. Oh, I have to follow it. And so our journey begins, just in time as the doors close. Do you want to see something cool? This is the front of the train. This is the operator's chair. Where's the operator? He's not here. And that's because Yanfang line is a fully automated line, so trains are not only self-driving, but they're also unattended, which is like the highest level of automation. The trains basically do everything by themselves without a human. They run, they stop automatically. The trains can detect any obstacles and tend to emergencies alone. And if that's not enough, they can wash themselves by themselves. Like, this is mind-blowing, and I think this is an attraction on this line, hence all these kids here. The control panel can still be used. It's locked right now because there is no conductor, but the train is still operable by humans as well. And we're here. We're making our first transfer. Say goodbye to the Yanfang line, and in a bit we'll get to the Fengshan line. And this is an island platform, which means that transfer between these two lines is as simple as walking a few steps, which makes it really easy on the legs. Here's something interesting. The Yanfang line and the Fengshan line both share the same color code, which is orange, but they're actually two very distinct lines. They have different tracks, they have different operators, and they have different models of rolling stock. They just love the same color, it seems, orange. This is not the first time that I've been on the Fengshan line. This was actually my second station in my challenge of going on all the lines of the Beijing Subway in one day, which if you haven't watched it, go and check it out. I will leave a link somewhere. And at the time, it was almost empty if my memory serves me well, but now it's a full house. People have places to go to. Or maybe everyone else is doing the same adventure today. Everyone's going to Fengbo. Who knows? I love how on this line your eyes can travel far. Like, sure, there are buildings, there are blocks of buildings, but there aren't any skyscrapers, and there's a lot of space where you could just like move your eyes, and that's not something that you normally get to experience in the city center of Beijing. We're at the ground level and down, down, down we go. I hope you enjoyed the outdoors because most of the journey from now on is going to take place underground. So now we're officially underground and connected to the line that formed the urban core of the Beijing subway network. We're moving towards line 10 and let's see a map. Oh, here we go. There's never a map too far away. All right, so we've done the Yanfang line, the Fengshan line, we are here. And we're taking this blue line, which is line 10. It's a loop line. It used to be the world's longest loop line until March 2023, when it was overtaken by the big circle line of Moscow, but only by 514 meters. So, still the same, but not quite. Beautiful, beautiful art. No time to appreciate it. Alright, we can go this way. Look at this. Oh, and here's a guy filming as well. We actually have a few stops until Shilihe, so let's go. Can we fit in this one? I hope we can. I would have loved to film some B-rolls, but it's just the subway. People standing, seated, holding on the handrails, not much to see. Interesting, we're still walking. That first transfer, the few steps really pampered me. Again with the map, so we've done this so far. We are at Shilihe, we've transferred, and now we're on line 14. Line 14 is this pink line. It's an inverted L shape, and we will be taking the vertical line going all through the fringes of the eastern side of Beijing so we can get on our final line. And what do you know? It is here. I love, love, love when I time my map reading with the arrival of the train. It's always like a lucky charm, I feel. In the absence of any available seat within sight, your boy here has resorted to squatting. After so many years in China, I have mastered the Asian squat. Actually, I knew how to do it before coming here because it's also popular in Lebanon, but the technique has been perfected at the hands of many Chinese shushu just by watching them. Leaving line 14 to line 15. Ooh, this is so exciting. I know that I'm not in a race, but I just really want to finish it as fast as possible. Even if it means running, and I have not run for a very long time. Oh, but that thing behind me is quite nice. Alright, let's do this. We just finished line 14 here in pink. We've arrived at Wanjing, and now we're going to transfer to line 15. We're here. We need to go to Fengbo, so let's do this. Wanjing, by the way, is one of 2 Koreatowns in Beijing. Some of the best Korean barbecue is above the ground. 57 meters. It says to Fengbo. Let's do this. Made it in. Wanjing has an interesting history, the provenance of this name. There are a few legends surrounding it, but My favorite one is related to Emperor Qianlong. He was passing by this area when he was able to see Dongzhemen, which is one of the 9 gates of the old city of Beijing. And Wangjing, that name came about. Wang means to look at. Jing is from Beijing. And so Wangjing is the place where you look at and see Beijing. At the time, Wangjing was not part of Beijing proper because the city was much, much smaller in area. And now Wangjing sits at half the distance between the center of Beijing and Beijing Shoudu Airport. Now you know. And finally, we are back to seeing the light. Northeastern suburbs of Beijing, here in Shunyi district. People like to say that Beijing is an urban jungle, and it is. It is an urban jungle, but it's also a jungle. I mean, look at all this lush greenery. Look at all this vegetation. It's beautiful. We're not really that far from downtown Beijing, like maybe some 30 kilometers. It's doable, and it's a whole different scenery. Oh, and here comes a plane. Shouju Airport is not far from here, actually. Oh no, we're back underground. All the lights on this line are off, except Fengbo, our destination. Here we are, our final stop. Let's go and see how long this whole thing took. We entered the subway at 10:55 a.m. and we exited it at 14:04, which means we were in the network for 3 hours and 9 minutes, more than a cab, because a cab theoretically would take 2 hours and 17 minutes, but we paid much, much less. I paid 10 yuan, which is only a fraction of what I would have given a cab driver, 300 something yuan. It was a long day, but honestly, I didn't feel the length, like 3 hours on a train. I just didn't feel it. And I guess it's because there's so much stimuli happening from everywhere. Like you're seeing the crowds, the people, the stations, the outside. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. This was all from me for this week. I will see you next time. 再见. And there are so many people coming out of the subway station thinking that I'm talking to them, but it's not. I'm talking to you. Bye!